For more on this, Francesco Rizzuto, a professor at Liverpool Hope University, joins us from Liverpool in the UK. Welcome to the programme. Francesco, as you listened to this and hear about this story there from the UK, how surprised were you? And how close do you think this group were actually to succeeding in their mission of overthrowing the German government?
Well, let me deal with the second question first. I don't think it was plausible that they could overthrow the German government. However, I really am not surprised that this kind of group exists and emerges. There's nothing new in this. They've been around for a while and they will continue to be around. The question is why it's taken so long to actually uncover who they are and to arrest them. The scale, of course, is a little bit surprising, but then remember, in Germany, the Alternative for Deutschland, the Alternative for Germany, the far-right political party, particularly in the eastern part of Germany, has been very, very successful. So, if you like, there is a culture in certain parts of the country where these kinds of ideas sustain. How can I put it? What I would describe as a slightly lunatic fringe who delude themselves that they can overthrow the government. But it's very dangerous because they've managed to penetrate the army, it would seem, and parts of the judiciary, and no doubt parts of the civil service. So it is vital that the investigation proceeds and the German authorities, take the lid off of this. But remember, it's not just a German problem.
No, there were arrests abroad, we've just heard.
That's right, in Italy and in Austria.
Yes.
But there is, if you like, a far-right international in Europe and beyond. So that doesn't surprise me. We also know that in the United Kingdom, people on the right have managed to find themselves in the police.
Francesco, I just want to go back to what you said. It's just really concerning that they they continue to be around. How do groups like this proliferate? We just heard in the last hour from the head of Germany's domestic intelligence agency, just talking about how dangerous this group is. How does this develop in Germany?
Very easily. Remember, Germany is made up culturally because of the events of the last 100 years, let me put it that way, not just the communist interlude, of groups of people who detest what has happened in Germany, who certainly detest the post-war order of Germany being part of the European order, and indead has defined itself as part of the European.
Why is that? What is that hatred based on so much that they would want to install a prince from so long ago?
But because these people believe in the supremacy of blood, nation, honor. They have an understanding, a logic that is about imposing their vision of their tribe, let me put it that way, that should be above all else. So they detest anything to do with internationalization, what they would regard as cosmopolitanism, and so on. So in a sense, they're the extreme version of what we have actually in places like Poland, what we have in places like Hungary. By the way, we had a really good example of this kind of behavior, but if you like, legitimated through the democratic will, through elections. But these people are just the far end of a spectrum that almost rejects most of what has happened in post-war Europe, without a doubt, back to a golden era that really never existed and resulted in the kind of disasters that we experienced during the World Wars and certainly the Second World War. So, this explains it. But of course, other things explain it. Cultural uprootedness, migration, all of the things that these people regard as a threat to their identity.
Francesco, thank you. We'll have to leave it there, but excellent analysis. Thank you so much for coming on today to speak to us. Francesco Rizzuto from Liverpool Hope University. Thank you.